Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode number 52 of Constructing Los Dangeles Season 2. Guys, what is up? I am back today. I'm ready to continue to work on the new mansion here on Los Angeles. We're out in the middle of nowhere right now, but eventually this is all going to start to connect better a little bit. So here's the mansion. This is what we were working on. This is what we left off with the last episode. I added this little front balcony thing here. Off camera, which I think is like a nice little addition to this place. And then the texture for the sand blocks, I guess I was gonna just say sandstone, but all the sand blocks have been retextured a little bit, so it works a little bit better for the base coloring of this house, which shout out to Joe for making an improvement to it. So that's the way the sandstone's looking now, which I think is really nice for the texture of this build, so that's great. A couple things I want to work on today. Well, I'm gonna work on two walls today. I want to try to get that wall built, as well as start to connect this to the front. And then, I want to try to make some detailing adjustments to the front driveway. And eventually something I'm going to do with this world is make it so the mansion is pushed back a little bit further away from the road. Because right now, as it stands, the mansion front door is only about 40 blocks away from the side of the road, which is not really what I want. I want it to be a lot closer or a lot further back than that. So that's something we're definitely going to be doing. But I think we're ready to get started. I'm going to work on this wall today and just try to do full-blown concentration mode and try to get as much stuff done as we can. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is grab all my materials again that I'm going to need for creating those wall designs. So we have sand, we need the smooth sandstone, the regular sandstone, and then we need the sandstone stairs. So those 4 blocks, which the IDs for those are 128, 12, 24, 2, and 24. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, let's get like a position going here first, and then we're going to set this. We'll go to here and to here, and we're going to set this as 128, and then we're going to do 12, 24, and 24, 2, and that's going to be our mixture of blocks that we're going to be using. One thing we need to do, though, is we need to have the stairs face the right direction. So I believe to do that, I believe we're going to have to do 128, 2. There we go. All right, so there's our wall right there. And what we can do is we can actually kind of just like reset this a bunch of times until I get one that I really like, in terms of like the combination of it. That one looks pretty good. We'll go with that. And then, of course, I want to try to get these sand blocks that fell. We'll just replace those with sandstone. So there's our wall right there. So let's start to add some windows to this thing right here, right now. Okay, so I want to have windows on the upper level that are going to be, decently tall. Let me go ahead and grab some of these window blocks here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to have these stick out of the window a little bit. I think I am going to do that. So let's see. Let's go like 4 blocks, 5 blocks in. Let's say like let's go 3 blocks in. I'm going to make a nice little opening here of a 3x4 window. Let's see, is this 3x4? Yes, it is. So we're going to be doing the same window as that one over there. Make sure that it's lined up properly with the correct blocks. We got 1, 2, 3. And then this is going to be a 3x4 going all the way up and connecting to right there. That's where the window's coming across. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is have the court stairs going across the front of that, and see how this is going to look. But yeah, in terms of like the style of this build, I'm not really sure just yet. I'm just kind of getting my mind wrapped around like the idea for this place, and then maybe we'll kind of come up with a more detailed name for it later. But I just want to I thought that the first episode we got off to a pretty good start on this build, so I just want to keep that going today and try to just to build off of what we did and continue to create a new design. A couple of updates on LD, guys, in terms of some things I want to change in this world. Like I said last episode, I'm going to be moving this world to a new seed, and I apologize for waiting a week for the next episode, guys. I've just been really busy, haven't had a chance to record. It's really tough to record on weekends for me, and I was busy during the week, so there were some other things that I had to get done, and I was unable to get another CLD up for you guys until now. But, we're here now, so let's not worry about that too much. I will tell you guys that I am going to be starting to... Well, I've already started to transfer Los Angeles to a new seed to kind of improve it a little bit. Because right now it is it's just on not a very good seed, and it's just hard to build inspiration for the world when you know you don't really have a ton to work with in terms of like the terrain and stuff like that. So that's something I'm working on, and I will continue to make progress on hopefully soon, and hopefully we'll have it on a completely new seed. So the reason why I'm not on the new seed right now, I'm still on the old seed, is because like I don't have to do it all at once. I'm kind of doing it in like little segments. So like half of Los Angeles is on the new seed, but like this part of it is still here. So don't worry, I've backed up all my files and saved everything. So it's kind of like a copy and paste job, and it does take a little bit of time to get it all like perfect. So I'm just gonna ask you guys to be patient, although you know I've been working on this seed for a while, so it's something that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So as far as this little area of the build right here, what I want to do is add some windows. I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to do that. I'm thinking about making these like French doors more than windows possibly, and having some sort of courtyard out here. So I was thinking that I would open this up like that. And is this sand right here? Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't think sand, I'm pretty sure I made it so sand isn't affected by gravity. That's a sand block, right? Yeah, it's not falling. So I'm pretty sure if you do this and then break that block, yeah, okay, sand is no longer affected by gravity. That's a plugin. I'm very happy that works. Alright, that's good. So I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't like work as in like if you place a sand block like that, it'll fall. But like if I place a block here, then place the sand block on top of it, then it won't fall, which is cool. So it's not perfect, but it's better than, you know, it just falling no matter what. So I will take it for sure. Alright, let's take this and open this up for a second here. Let me grab some of the stained glass. And one thing I've been doing, guys, is on my Twitch subscriber world, on my my subscriber server, I've been experimenting with other texture packs on PC because I don't really do that a lot. And I gotta say, there are some amazing texture packs on PC Minecraft. You know, obviously you guys all know about like Flows HD, and I'm sure many of you guys have heard of Soartex Fanware. That's another texture pack I've been using recently. That texture pack is amazing. Like, that is a top tier pack. I love it. I actually built a house with Soartex Fanware that I'm gonna be showing you guys probably a little bit later on this week when I finish furnishing it. We'll do a little house tour of it, like the good old days, and I'm gonna be showcasing some of the houses and some of the builds that people have been working on my Twitch subscriber world, because it's been very prolific, the progress that has been made in that world. Very impressed by some of the builds that have been going up. So we'll be checking that out later this week as well, amongst other things. But we got a lot going on right now, guys. We got to get we got to make some progress on this mansion, and I'm gonna be trying to get a lot of stuff done on this week, I'm hoping. Alright, so let's see here. We have kind of like an inconsistency in terms of like the level of this. So what I'll do is I'll just move this down, and we can flatten that out in the back later. We'll just have to get rid of this here. That's fine. Replace this with some sandstone. I can come in later and make sure that it's all the correct block choice. I'm going to open this up right here and right here. And I'm actually going to make this a 3x... Is this a 3x6 window? Damn, that is a tall window. It makes me think that there's maybe a little bit of an inconsistency here between the floor of the first level and, you know what I mean? Because like the second floor windows are so like stocky, you know, and the first floor windows not quite. So if this runs through, and this is going to be our ceiling for the first floor and then our floor for the second floor, obviously we got to plan all these things out. And the windows work fine for up here, and that creates a I don't know, it'll be like a 5 block tall ceiling right there, maybe 6 block tall ceiling. Whereas down here, if I run this through, and I'm gonna have to clear out some of this, just do it real quick with my hand, and run this across. In fact, we are actually gonna have to lift this up a block anyway, so we will do just that. Gonna place some sandstone on those spots. We're gonna open this up, make this 3 blocks instead of just 2. That way it just looks a little bit better, I think. Hopefully it'll fill the space a little bit better. Gonna do a quartz stair there. Run this straight down like that. And I'll probably just make a little step down or something like that, because I am gonna try to make those like French doors. So we'll do a little step down, either that, or I'll maybe do some sort of little platform here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. We'll do a little platform in front of these windows, and I'll build it out of sand for now, since sand has got a really nice texture right now. I love this texture for it. It's got a little bit more of a darker color, a little bit more orangey, and I like it. I think it looks really good. I think Joe did a good job updating it. Shouts to him again, like I said earlier. All right, so that's cool. That's cool. That's looking good. Gotta throw some Dangeles anvils into the mix, of course. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get some of those rolling. I think we found a perfect spot for it right here. Get some Dangeles anvils. Get some oak leaves, the super bushy oak leaves. Okay, so now we're not done yet. I'm gonna add one more window slash door right in the middle of this. So that is where we will place it. And what is looking like it's gonna work out here. 3 blocks there, 3 blocks there, jump another 3 blocks. That's exactly how you want these things to turn out. Just perfectly symmetrical the first time you do it. Nothing's better. Nothing beats it. You know that you're just on the right track when things just turn out symmetrical the first time. Alright, so we'll get that going in here. Might use a different color glass for this build. I'm not sure that this glass works. I just don't know yet. It seems like it doesn't fit the build very well. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. That's just kind of the idea that I'm getting. I'll probably end up using maybe like a different color glass. We obviously could use something like, you know, black stained glass is something I think I started with, but then I switched it. I don't know why I can't find the glass blocks. Here we go. I mean, maybe I could use like blue stained glass or something like that. I think that could be pretty interesting, but we'll go with gray for now as like a starter. But it's definitely something I'll consider making a modification to. Okay. We're going to place a few more Dangeles anvils in the middle here. And now we have that nice lining of windows, which looks absolutely sensational. And then I'm going to do another window similar to this one over here. So let me just grab a few of these blocks. Again, this window is definitely not looking too hot right now. I don't know. I think we might have to make a modification to this design a little bit just so it looks a little bit better. Because right now, I don't know. I don't know if it's looking good. I just don't know. We're gonna fill it out though on both sides though before we write it off completely. We'll give it a chance. Using some of the nether stairs here as some of like the roofing designs on this build, which is nice. We'll add some upside down stairs for a little bit of texturing, a little bit of flavor to the texture. Talking like it's the Food Network right now for some reason. By the way, guys, I'm not answering a question of the day today. Not because I don't have one. It's because I want to do full-blown concentration on this build. I want to try to actually make some significant progress today in a short amount of time. You know, we only have about 20 minutes here, so I want to try to get like a full wall built and actually like see some results. So we have that right there. Actually, those windows do look a little bit better when there's 2 of them, I will admit. I think that looks nicer. In this middle part here, I was thinking about possibly lifting this to the point where we'll open this up right here, connect that and run it across. That way there's like just kind of like a little bit of an opening there, and I was thinking about throwing the L right there. You know how we do the L on the builds. Now it kind of looks like a nose and a face. Oh my gosh. I'll try not to notice that as much. Let's see. Do I have any sandstone slabs lying around on this build? I don't think I do. Oh yeah, here we go. We do have some sandstone slabs to pick block. Just what the doctor ordered. Gonna throw down a couple of those on that top part there. All right, there we go, guys. There's gonna be that wall of the build. I think that looks pretty solid, but we're not done yet with this. What I was thinking about doing was having some quartz pillars going up, and this is something I actually got an idea from my man Don Patchy. Shouts to him. He built a mansion a couple years ago where he kind of did a style like this, and I think it's a really cool style, so I'm going to try to do something like this on my build right here right now. Alright, I'm going to place that there. I'm probably just going to do something like that. We'll do a couple of little pillars to kind of shape the build. Let's do a few more of these. We're going to do them in front of the Dangeles anvils going all the way around. And I'm wondering, what if these pillars would look better if they were made out of sandstone or something? Because, again, I love adding a lot of quartz to the build. But sometimes I get the sense that too much quartz is a bad thing, you know? It can get overwhelming. What I want to do, though, is actually get rid of the sides of these, because I think it's a little bit too much. And we're just going to do front and back instead. Just front and back, no sides. Like that. Add some nice little pillars to kind of in front of that build. And then what I want to do in front of this is do some line. Actually, we're going to break this little tree here that I built last episode. I'm actually going to replace it with a bigger terraform tree later on, but I want to get some detailing first before we do that. So I was thinking in front of this, since this is going to be a step down right here, let's do some sandstone step downs like this. This is going to be a little garden, I think. I hope. And then I'm going to have this open up to the point where I might actually just put some glass doors there, actually, since that's one of the nice options we have here in the City Advanced is the access to a glass door. I don't have this in the regular city texture pack, so you should probably take advantage of it like that. And then what I wanted to do was have kind of like these linings of bushes going across. Should we do these 2 blocks away from each other like this? That way it's 1 block away from the edge of the driveway. Run that down and connect it to there like that. And let's see, that goes too far. We want that to go to there. So that's kind of like in between the edge of that. That looks good. And I'll have this open up 3 blocks in the middle like that. So when you step down, you can kind of funnel towards the middle and connect back to the driveway. That's kind of just like a little theme there. That's pretty cool. And then I'm going to be building another one of those big spruce tree terraforms as well. But I'm going to be doing a way bigger one. I think I'm going to build it right here. And I'm going to have it go to the point where it's like probably right up around here in terms of like the height of it. So if we take this up to about here, let's go ahead and grab the spruce block on the other side. Take that up about 3 blocks. And then I'm going to start to kind of build this thing out. Make it look nice and fancy. Remember the old droopy trees we used to build, guys? This kind of reminds me of that because we're using the spruce wood. I remember back in the day, it's a regular city texture pack. Most of the spruce leaves, you know, but those were the only like decent leaves in the pack, so we used to use those all the time. That was like the only thing we used, and we made the droopy trees with them. Shout out to the droopy trees. I haven't built one of those in a long time, just because I think they kind of went out of style a little bit. But damn, those were all over the original part of Los Angeles for a time there. So something like this, I'm gonna, you know, build it out a little bit more, make it a little bit like more, you know, bottom, add a little bit more of it to the bottom over here. Probably have to stick out a little bit more, like so. And I'll probably end up just doing something like that. Build a little tree there, kind of frame the edge, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. So it's basically just a taller version of that, essentially. So that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is break that, place that there, place that there. There we go. All right, not too bad. So there is one front of the house, and then we have another wall now built. So we have 2 walls now on this build, and on the huge mansion that this is going to end up being, this is going to be obviously a pretty long-term project. But, you know, we've got 2 walls built now. We're going to start on a 3rd one in just a second. Let me just get a little bit of this this roof design running around the corner just so I have a good sense of how I like this, because that black and white contrast is really heavy, and I'm not sure if it's like the best way to do this. So I'm thinking that maybe like a different color roof might be better than black roof. Haven't decided yet though. Okay, so the next wall on this build, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be right here. We're gonna take this sandstone, we're gonna run this up to the point where it's connecting to right around here. We're gonna do a little bit of world edit for the first time since the beginning of the video. Set that across there, but we gotta set these stone, or this we gotta set these back to the, oh no, wait, no, that's still wrong. Is it let's see, is it 128.1? Yeah, there we go. So there's our wall. I'm gonna set this as my first position, and we're going to set that again. There we go. Want to make sure that it's perfect. Fill in a couple of those blocks there. All right. So basically, how this is going to work. No windows on that wall. It's just going to be a blank wall. But there are going to be some windows on this wall, which has not been built yet. And then the roof design will continue to follow the build all the way around and wrap around the corner here. And the difference between the roof of this corner right here as opposed to that one over there is this one's not going to be apex point or whatever you want to call it. This one's actually going to kind of curve upward from the middle, so it'll kind of just cone itself out, I think, is what we're going to do. And I'll have that connect around that corner like that. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I don't know if that wall is... maybe I should make it a little bit wider, possibly. I do kind of like that Mediterranean look to that wall, though. With the pillars and the little garden with the bushes and the 3 doors. I do think that looks pretty good. Maybe this is going to be some sort of Mediterranean looking house when it's all said and done. I'd definitely have to have a different colored roof if that was the case. I'd actually probably go with like the birch roof if that was the direction I was taking with this. But that's not really the direction I'm taking with it. You know, I don't really know what this is. Kind of just a mashup of a bunch of different styles, I guess. Alright, so last couple things I'm going to do for this episode. I'm going to just get rid of some of these trees here so we have a little bit more space to work. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Alright guys, so the width of this wall over here is 19 blocks. So I'm not going to make it as wide over here. I'm probably going to make it about 15, 4 blocks less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Let me take a look at it again. Maybe that'll work. I don't know if I want this like the point of this particular part of the house to be higher up than that one. Maybe not. I don't know yet. Let's just let's fill this wall out here with our little technique. We're gonna do 128.2. There we go. Technique. Get that wall filled out. Not too shabby. And again, like I said, this is just gonna run straight across here and then circle around this corner, and then above that as well with the regular stairs going right around the corner. And same thing with the nether brick stairs, which may be swapped out for another color later, but we can easily do that with world edit, so I'm not really too worried about it. Alright, that's good. On the corners, I think on this build I did quartz corners. I don't know if I want to continue that though. I think I might have a change of heart on that and might just not even do corners, like a cornerstone block. Maybe I'll just do like full sandstone, smooth sandstone as the cornerstone block. That way there aren't going to be any, like, you know, stairs in the corner, which I don't really want that, so just do something like that. That might look a little bit better, or maybe we'll just do a completely different block in general, like no quartz for once. I don't want to spam quartz in this build. I do that on like all the builds I do. I know we have a lot already, but I don't want it to get too crazy. And I'll probably end up neutralizing the quartz on the front of the house here by switching out the front steps for another color. Most likely I'll do like stone brick or something like that. But we have this wall here, and what I want to do is actually build just like a big window on this wall. I just built a house on PC. Well, we're on PC now, but I just built a house on my subscriber server that has like these like window designs that are like really tall, and I think it was a cool the way it turned out was cool. So I think we're gonna do something similar with this mansion. On my original sketch for like how I wanted this to just be set up, I kind of had like 2 windows there, but I think we're just gonna connect them and make like one big window. I think it could be potentially a cool design. We're gonna do 3 blocks wide for now in the center of this. I might even make this 5 later, depending on how wide it does end up looking. But let's go ahead and just fill this in with a quick 95.7. It's like a radio station. And get that filled in straight down the middle. Probably end up putting some quartz along the sides of this. I know I don't want to spam the quartz, but I think just with continuity purposes, I think that might look decent. So let's just see how it looks. It might not be what I ultimately want with this. And I might ultimately actually have this stick out a little bit more instead of having indented. Something I've been doing recently on houses, having the windows like indented out of the build, and it's like it looks really detailed, I think. So we'll do something like that. Place some slabs there. Place some slabs down here. And we just have one big window that has no detail on it yet, but regardless, it is still one big window. I think what I might do actually is take some of the sandstone stairs, the brand new texture for the sandstone stairs, and do something like this. Little design running around the edge just to add some detail. Just to kind of create a little bit. It's like really subtle, but I think that's like a nice little touch that we can do. And we will continue to detail that wall on the next episode, doing a little cliffhanger. I'm going to do one last thing before we wrap up today, guys. I'm going to just do a little bit of detailing to the front driveway, and then we're going to call it quits for today. So here's what I want to do. This might be a little bit interesting, but we'll see how it kind of comes together. I want to actually replace 1 with 1, 2. So replace, well, actually we can just set it. Yeah, there we go. So we can set, I want to do a what is this block again? Yeah, granite. Okay. I want to do a granite driveway. I think it's going to look a little bit different and cool compared to what I normally do. So we're going to do a granite driveway. We're going to give it a chance. Another thing I'm going to do is actually have this run down and connect to right here. And this is 1, 1. So set 1, 1. And we're going to have a combination of polished granite and regular granite to create this driveway design. Kind of see how this comes together. There we go. We have a couple of crosses right there. Let's do another one right here. Run this down. And I would like to build a fountain in the middle of this as well. But I think it'll be cool to add, it like just occurred to me that I think the granite and sandstone combination I think is going to look really nice for this build. Yeah, I think it will. And let's see. I want to add a fountain here in the center. I think I'm going to do a fountain like exactly the same as the Alpine Mansion fountain, which is like this little tiny fountain in the middle. And it always triggers Mason because he always tells me, Dan, why do you have such a small fountain for such a big house? And I'm telling you, it's like, it helps to create magnitude for the house. He just doesn't understand it. You don't want this massive fountain, you know, overshadowing the house, you know what I mean? So that's why we want to do a little small fountain here in the front. And I'll probably end up doing like 2 blocks there, 3 blocks away from the, or well, 3 blocks across, 2 blocks away. Place a full block, kind of create this little Minecraft circle. And I might even do some bushes circling this as well. Go 5 blocks across with this. 5 blocks there. I'm also going to make sure that this is all the same biome. Something I haven't really done yet. And we'll do 2 there. Kind of just create a little ring of leaves around this fountain. And then I'm going to grab some water. We'll drop the water, and then that's where we're going to call it for today. Let me actually just quickly grab an anvil because I like to use anvils as the little spout. So we'll drop the water and replace the top block with an anvil. And there's our little fountain on the front of the build. Super simple. Doesn't need to overshadow the build in any way. It's just a nice little subtle touch. So we'll do something like that. But that's where I'm going to wrap up for today's episode, guys. Thanks for watching part 2 of the mansion Let's Build within Constructing Los Dangeles. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy the video. I'm going to be continuing to work on this build and just grind it out and hopefully build something that's going to be really cool when it's all said and done. So you guys can leave a question of the day in the comment section below. I know I didn't answer one today, only just because I really wanted to focus on getting some stuff done. I think we did a pretty good job. So I'll be back to answering question of the days for episode 53, which is next episode. So stay tuned for that, guys. Drop a like if you did enjoy the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.